absolutely. Yeah, I had a very specific set of criteria. A lot of the juggling I do is very small, and so it can't be seen from a big distance, because I prefer to work with juggling balls mostly. And so I wanted something to be very large visually and would play to an audience that was far away and distracted. So that's why I created and doing NBA halftime shows. You've got an arena, it's halftime, people are going to get hot dogs or whatever, so they may not see the whole act, but I knew that anyone who just glanced for just a moment to see me doing that would be like, wow, that's impressive, and so that's the effect I was going for. So I sat down and did a bunch of sketching. I knew I wanted to do some kind of balancing thing that I could do with the juggling. Did a bunch of sketches, came up with what I thought would be some workable shapes, and then made that stuff out of carbon fiber, foam, and Kevlar composite. So.
Street performing. Yes, you probably think of juggling jesters or traveling musicians, but you might just skim over the rich cultural heritage of this unique breed of performers. Street performing rose to popularity in the mid-1860s in Great Britain. Performers were commonly called minstrels. The culture of street performing has vastly evolved since the 1860s, but modern performers pay homage to their roots. Street performers are passionate about their craft. They love making new material and showing the world what they can do. Street performers are very diverse in both craft and appearance. This performer takes his advanced age into account when creating shows. Don't let that fool you though, he has amazing stunts. Street performers emphasize risk. Almost all of the acts that we watch while in Boulder involve some form of risk. Taking an impressive show to the streets can be extremely difficult as conditions always change. Street performers travel all around the world to practice street performing. The zip code man who we talked to has been to 6 of the 7 continents, and many of the other performers travel nation and worldwide.
It has a quiet feel to it, and it's different that you can street perform in a place where you could be walking in the mountains just a few minutes away.
Yeah.
And so it has this outdoor quality to it, but it's still the city, or like almost a city. Mm-hmm. So it's different in that way. And you have very outdoor people, like mountains and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Healthy people, exercise. Training
the thing that's so different, so like Cirque du Soleil, which is a phenomenal model of entertainment, right? Cirque du Soleil has something close to 30 different shows running around the world right now. Today there will be 30 different Cirque du Soleil shows that someone can see, a bunch in Vegas and then all over the world. And it's an amazing spectacle of human endeavor. Most of those performers are former elite gymnasts, either Olympic gymnasts or highly competitive gymnasts, who then have been trained to do these amazing, beautiful acts of acrobatics. But if you took those performers and threw them out here doing the same act, they wouldn't actually get a crowd. Because what we have to do is, with these people who are here for other activities, they're here to shop, they're here to have brunch, they're here to visit with their family or whatever, I've got to somehow engage them and make them want to relate to me. So I have all these performance skills, and that helps, but what really makes the show work is that I build a relationship with the audience. And that's what performers on stage don't often get to do. They don't get to form this direct connection with the audience, this direct relationship, which is what makes it so fun. That someone right in the audience who's only a few feet away, they can start talking to me. Like this one guy in the show constantly saying, set the balls on fire, set them on fire. I'd be like, well, he's like, it'd be easier to see the balls if they're on fire. I'm like, oh, well, it'd be easier to see your kid if you set them on fire. So we could have this fun interchange, and that doesn't happen in most theater settings. And so that spontaneity, the fact that there's an element of unpredictability, an element that's beyond my control, keeps it really fresh, and it's what makes street performing so exciting, is the whole audience knows that something new can happen every moment. It's not just a script, it's not just the same thing night after night. You go see a Broadway show in New York, it's going to be the exact same show every night by very talented performers. They're going to hit their notes at the right times, at the right pitch. It's going to be great, but it'll be exactly the same every night. Here, there's room for new things to happen, and that's what makes it fresh and vital and exciting. Something new can always happen.
Now it's a tradition among traveling entertainers at the end of the show to extend a hat so you can show your appreciation. So for those of you who would like to honor that age-old tradition, I'm not going to putting a couple dollars into my hat. Right, that's what I'm doing. Keep in mind, 5s and 10s make me really, really happy. And 20s, I'm not even going to talk about it because I never get them anyway. Just 5s and 10s would be great. I don't know why. Everybody else gets 20s, I never do. But I am still hopeful. Because yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery. And today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. That's from Kung Fu Panda. It's a good movie, you should watch it. So even if you don't have anything to give, please feel free. Come up, shake my hand, tell me you enjoyed my show because I truly enjoy sharing the gift of this moment in time with you. And I thank you all for being a participant in my show. Thank you.